Welcome to the world of polar bears. These majestic creatures roam the frozen landscapes of the Arctic. They are a symbol of strength and endurance. Join us as we delve into the world of polar bears. Polar bears are found in the Arctic Circle. They inhabit sea ice, coastal areas and islands. Sea ice is crucial for hunting seals. Climate change threatens their survival. Polar bears exhibit variations in size, weight and behavior. Some are larger due to consistent sea ice access. Others adapt to less predictable ice cover. Understanding these differences aids conservation. Polar bears are the world's largest land predators. Their massive bodies conserve heat. Blubber provides insulation and buoyancy. Sharp claws and powerful jaws make them formidable hunters. Polar bear fur is translucent, appearing white. Hollow hairs channel sunlight to the skin. Dense underfur traps heat. Oily skin repels water, keeping them dry. Polar bears evolved from brown bear ancestors. Divergence occurred 150,000 to 500,000 years ago. Adaptations allowed them to thrive in the Arctic. Evolution showcases their remarkable adaptability. Polar bears evolved traits suited for ice. White fur provides camouflage and warmth, large paws offer traction on ice, streamlined bodies aid in swimming. Genetic studies reveal polar bear adaptations. Recent divergence from brown bears, genes for lipid metabolism and cardiovascular function, insights aid in conservation strategies. Polar bears are apex predators. They primarily hunt seals. Sea ice is crucial for their hunting. Keen sense of smell guides them to prey. Polar bears employ various hunting strategies. Still hunting near seal breathing holes, stalking seals on ice. Persistence and resourcefulness are key to their survival. Beyond the hunt, the ecological significance of polar bears. Polar bears are keystone species in the Arctic ecosystem. Their feeding habits regulate prey populations, maintaining the health of the food web. Leftovers from their kills provide food for other Arctic scavengers. Their presence influences prey distribution and behavior. Climate change threatens their survival, highlighting the need to address the global climate crisis. Spirits of the ice polar bears in indigenous cultures. For millennia, the indigenous peoples of the Arctic have shared a profound and intimate connection with polar bears, weaving these majestic creatures into the very fabric of their cultures, beliefs and traditions. To the Inuit, Yupik, Chukchi and other Arctic communities, polar bears are more than just animals. They are revered as powerful spirits, symbols of resilience, adaptability and the delicate balance of life in the frozen north. In Inuit mythology, the polar bear, known as Nanook or Nanook, holds a place of prominence, often depicted as a wise and powerful being, possessing both physical strength and spiritual wisdom. Legends and stories passed down through generations recount the adventures of Nanook, teaching valuable lessons about respect for nature, the importance of community, and the consequences of greed and disrespect for the natural order. These stories often portray polar bears as intermediaries between the human and spirit worlds, capable of crossing between realms and influencing the fate of hunters and their communities. Rituals and ceremonies associated with polar bear hunting reflect this deep respect, with offerings made to appease the spirits of slain bears. ensuring that their souls return to the ocean and that future hunts are met with success. The Inuit also recognized the practical importance of polar bears, relying on their fur for clothing, their meat for sustenance, and their fat for fuel and lighting. However, this reliance was always tempered with respect and a deep understanding of the need for sustainable hunting practices, ensuring that polar bear populations remained healthy for generations to come. From folklore to film, polar bears in popular imagination. Polar bears have captured imaginations worldwide, symbolizing the far north icy landscapes and nature's raw power. From ancient folklore to modern films, they reflect our evolving relationship with these magnificent creatures. Literature, films and documentaries now depict polar bears with greater realism, showcasing their unique adaptations and challenges. Films like Arctic Tale highlight the beauty and fragility of the Arctic, raising awareness of climate change and conservation. Polar bears have emerged as powerful ambassadors for the Arctic, their plight a stark reminder of the urgent need to address the global climate crisis. As climate change warms the Arctic, shrinking sea ice threatens their survival, making them symbols of nature's delicate balance. Conservation organizations leverage their appeal to raise awareness and advocate for policies to protect these magnificent creatures. Images of struggling polar bears have become synonymous with climate change, galvanizing public support for action. Polar bears serve as indicator species, their health providing insights into the Arctic ecosystem. International cooperation, scientific research, and public engagement are essential for their conservation. Their survival depends on our collective action to address the global climate crisis and protect our planet. While their imposing size and predatory prowess often take center stage, the lives of polar bears extend far beyond the hunt, encompassing fascinating behaviors and social interactions. Beneath their stoic exteriors lie complex creatures capable of remarkable endurance, intelligence, and playfulness. Cubs engage in mock fights, chasing each other, honing their skills. These antics show the lighter side of these apex predators. Polar bears exhibit remarkable intelligence and problem-solving abilities. They use tools to access food sources. Their navigational skills are equally impressive. Their social interactions challenge the notion of them as solitary creatures. A future on thin ice. Challenges and conservation efforts for polar bears. As climate change reshapes the Arctic, polar bears face an uncertain future, their survival intertwined with shrinking sea ice. They face habitat loss, food scarcity, increased human-wildlife conflict, and potential disease outbreaks. The most pressing threat is the loss of sea ice, driven by rising global temperatures. As the Arctic warms, sea ice melts earlier and forms later, shortening the bear's hunting season. This leads to increased human-wildlife conflict as hungry bears venture closer to human settlements. Conservation efforts are underway, but the challenges require a global response. International agreements aim to coordinate conservation efforts and promote research. Reducing greenhouse gas emissions is paramount to securing a future for polar bears. Supporting research and raising awareness can help ensure polar bears continue to roam the Arctic ice. Reflections on the frozen north, the enduring allure of polar bears. As we conclude our journey into the world of polar bears, we are left with a profound sense of awe and admiration for these remarkable creatures, perfectly adapted to survive in one of the harshest and most unforgiving environments on Earth. Their imposing size, predatory prowess, and undeniable beauty have captivated human imagination for centuries, inspiring countless stories, myths, and legends. From their ancient origins as land-dwelling ancestors to their evolution into apex predators of the Arctic seas, Polar bears embody the resilience and adaptability of life itself. Their thick fur, specialized paws and remarkable hunting strategies are testaments to the power of natural selection, shaping life forms to thrive in even the most extreme conditions. Yet beneath their formidable exteriors lies a surprising complexity, revealed in their playful antics, their intricate communication, and their remarkable capacity for learning and problem-solving. Their social interactions, particularly the bonds between mothers and cubs, challenge the notion of polar bears as solitary creatures, highlighting the importance of family and social connections in their lives. Their existence is inextricably linked to the frozen landscapes they call home, their fate intertwined with the ebb and flow of the seasons, the availability of sea ice, and the delicate balance of the Arctic ecosystem. As climate change continues to reshape the Arctic, polar bears stand as sentinels of change, their plight a stark reminder of the interconnectedness of life on Earth and the consequences of human actions. Guardians of the Arctic, our role in polar bear conservation. The challenges facing polar bears are significant, but their future is not yet written. The fate of these magnificent creatures rests in our hands, requiring collective action, informed decision-making, and a commitment to addressing the root causes of climate change and mitigating its impacts on the Arctic ecosystem. Conservation efforts must prioritize habitat protection, ensuring that polar bears have access to the sea ice they rely on for hunting, breeding, and raising their young. This requires international cooperation as polar bear ranges span multiple countries, and a commitment to reducing greenhouse gas emissions to mitigate the effects of climate change on Arctic sea ice extent and thickness. Beyond addressing the overarching threat of climate change, conservation strategies must also address immediate threats such as human-wildlife conflict, pollution, and the potential for disease outbreaks. This includes promoting responsible tourism practices, minimizing human encroachment into polar bear habitats, and supporting research to better understand and mitigate the impacts of these threats on polar bear populations. Public awareness and education are paramount to fostering a sense of stewardship for polar bears and their Arctic home. By sharing their stories, highlighting their ecological importance, and emphasizing the interconnectedness of human actions and environmental consequences, we can inspire action, promote responsible behaviors, and create a groundswell of support for conservation efforts. A farewell to the kings of the Arctic, continuing the journey. As we bid farewell to the kings of the Arctic, let us carry with us the lessons learned from their resilience, their adaptability, and their delicate balance with the natural world. Their plight serves as a powerful reminder of our responsibility to protect the planet we all share, not just for the sake of polar bears, but for all life on Earth, including our own. The future of polar bears hangs in the balance, but it is not without hope. By embracing sustainability, reducing our environmental footprint, and advocating for policies that prioritize environmental stewardship, we can create a future where polar bears continue to roam the Arctic ice, inspiring awe and wonder for generations to come. Their story is not over, and neither is ours. Let us continue the journey, inspired by the spirit of the polar bear, to create a world where both nature and humanity can thrive, in harmony with each other and the planet we all call home.